4, 3, 2, 1. Chuckanut! Chuckanut 50K. It's been a few days since the race. So the race was Saturday and it's now Tuesday. Figured I'd just give a quick little recap. First off, honestly, this was like one of the best races of my life so far from a performance standpoint. I want to talk about like highlights and lowlights, I guess. We'll go from there. So highlights, nutrition and hydration were definitely a lot more on point. And by that, I mean, I stayed more on top of it. I think like I mentioned in my Lord Hill video, I kind of fell behind on nutrition in the second loop, and that's where I kind of got in trouble. But this time, I made sure to finish my flask with my liquid calories within that 1 hour window that I gave myself. And then I remembered to take my gels every 30 minutes within the alternating windows. And I made sure to drink plenty of water during that window as well. There were some sections where it was a really good opportunity to do a power hike and get some food in, so that's what I did. The section where I was going like up the road, I made sure to drink plenty of water and then also shove down some potato chips to help stay on top of the calories. And then during Chin Scraper, which is a pretty brutal section of the course, the funny thing is that the actual names of the trails in the Chin Scraper section are, I think they're Black Diamond and Double Black Diamond, which is a testament to how steep the trail is. I made sure to get down some real food. The aid station that was right before Chin Scraper had peanut butter and jelly tortilla pin roll things, so that's what I had. Yeah, it was pretty great with the power hiking, especially Chin Scraper, because I wanted to just get that section out of the way as fast as possible because it was just so... I don't know if Chuckanut allowed poles. Like, I haven't been training with poles for the season, so I think that's really helped me get really good at hiking. And then as far as the downhills, Lindsay had sent me an email, I think the day before the race, just like a celebration email and just reminders of what to do during the race. And she said in the email, like, you're trained on downhills, just like basically kind of go with the flow and all that. So after Chin Scraper, we hit the road that we went up the first time. I knew to kind of take, like, not completely like blow out my quads, so I kind of pumped the brakes on the road. But once we hit a trail section to connect down back to Fragrance Lake, that's when I really kind of let the legs fly. And when I hit Fragrance Lake Trail, which I went up the first time, I just started hammering down that hill because it was not as technical as Ridgeline, thank God. So I was able to just really get into a flow state and just like bomb down that hill. And it was just made for a wonderful way to cap off the middle part of the course because, as you know, Chuckanut first and last 10K are flat. All the climbing's in the middle, so just getting down the hill, super awesome. The reason I chose Chuckanut was because, like, as far as timing, it's about 2 weeks before Gorge, and I figured it's a really good opportunity to use it as like a last long run and a good training race and a tune-up. And the other thing too is that, like, I kind of have this kind of goal in the back of my mind that I didn't really want to say out loud, was to try and PR in my 50K time. If you remember, my previous PR was like during Sun Mountain 50. I think I just squeaked under 7 hours. I think like 6:53 or something, and I was hoping to get below that. And I had a long talk with Lindsay, and she was like, don't stress about that. Whatever happens on Saturday will happen. It does not mean you're less of a runner. And she was just giving me a really good pep talk. The last like 6 miles of the race, like on the interurban section where it's just flat and you're just staring down the straightaway, I was kind of looking at my watch and kind of doing math, and I'm like, holy I think I might PR today. At Sun Mountain, my 50K PR was 6:53:04, I think it was. I'll have to double check my Strava. And at Chuckanut, I ran 6:42:02. So I shaved 11 minutes off. I was so freaking stoked. I would say the Chuckanut was a huge confidence booster because, like, going into this race, like, I was like, I don't know if I'm ready for Chuckanut because I was actually sick the back half of the week before Chuckanut and then the front half of the week of Chuckanut. I don't know what happened. I just felt kind of generally crummy, and I had GI symptoms, and they went away by, I think, like Wednesday or Thursday, and then I was good to go in race day. A couple of things that I think I could have done better, but I'm kind of glad I kind of held back a little bit, was running more of the ups. I think there were some uphills that I technically could have run up because I do a lot of climbing, but I was trying to just stay conservative. So I'm really glad I kind of held back on running the ups because it meant I was able to like save my legs for like the descent back down to the last 10K of the race. So maybe a Gorge, I might run more ups, we'll see. I might end up doing it because that's like the race where I have to just race really hard if I want to get a Western States qualifying time. I would say like the big crux of the race was the ridge trail, which runs along the top of the ridge line, and that was without a doubt the most technical part of the race. Like plenty of rocks and roots and plenty of slab rocks to kind of jump over. Unfortunately, there was a line of people who were behind me. I was trying to like not look over my shoulder, but I could feel people behind me. I would say I'm getting better at running on technical trails. I actually went to a trail running camp, I think 2 weeks before Chuckanut, over on Orcas Island. We did 2-a-days for a couple of days, and just like the repetition of running on trails, it just gave me a lot more confidence with kind of navigating down technical terrain. I went into that part of the course like a little bit more confident than I would have been if I didn't go to the trail running camp. But I just felt bad because there are people behind me, and I just wanted to say, hey, if you want to pass me, go ahead. But some of them, like, everyone's really nice at the race. If they want to pass you, they'll ask. You just move up to the side, and when they pass me, I'm like, oh, thank God, I can just run my own race. I don't have the pressure of like 5 people behind me. We really lucked out with the weather because it was, as you saw in the video, really sunny, like hitting like almost the 60s. And if the weather was not as great, like that section would have been a lot more tough because there were a lot of slippery slab rocks, and I don't know if my shoes would have held up. Maybe they would have. I don't know. So anyway, quick recap of Chuckanut 50K. If you have not done this race, you should totally do it. It's kind of an iconic 50K because it is, I think, like 29 years old. So like a lot of pros come to this race. You go check out Free Trails video from last year because they had a lot of pros come out. And this year, Claire Gallagher came out, Devin Yanko came out, which I was pretty excited about. I got to see Claire for like a split second before the start, and I wanted to be like, good luck, Claire, but she just like zipped past me. But anyway, so next on deck is Gorge Waterfalls 100K, which is the big race of the year, which is crazy because it's on April 1st and it's March 21st. So anyway, pretty excited. Anyway, hope you liked the video. I love you all. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.